Have you ever prayed with all your heart and nothing seemed to change? Have you ever looked at your life and asked, God, why is this happening to me? Why did I lose that job? Why didn't that prayer get answered? Why did that relationship end? Why did I experience this pain if you love me? If you've ever asked these questions, you're not alone. Some of God's greatest servants walked through seasons where they simply did not understand what He was doing. Today, we're going to discover one of the greatest secrets of walking with God. Faith is trusting God, even when you don't understand His plan. Proverbs 3:5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make straight your paths." Notice what God does not say. He does not promise that you will understand everything. He promises that if you trust Him, He will direct your path. God never asks us to understand Him completely. He asks us to trust Him completely. Our understanding is limited. Imagine a child watching a surgeon prepare to operate on his father. The child sees sharp knives, bright lights, people holding the father down. To the child, it looks frightening. He doesn't understand that everything happening is actually saving his father's life. The child has two choices. He can panic because he doesn't understand, or trust the surgeon because the surgeon knows what he's doing. Many times we are like that child. We see pain. We see delays. We see unanswered prayers. We see closed doors. But God sees the complete picture. We only see one page. God is reading the entire book. God sees tomorrow before today. Isaiah reminds us that God knows the end from the beginning. Before your problem arrived, God already knew the solution. Before your tears, God already knew the comfort He would provide. Before your disappointment,
Please forgive me.
God had already prepared His purpose. Nothing surprises God. What shocks you has never shocked Him. Joseph didn't understand. Imagine Joseph, a young man filled with dreams from God. One day his brothers throw him into a pit. Darkness surrounds him. He probably wondered, God, wasn't I obeying you? Then he is sold as a slave. Again he asks, Lord, why? Later he is falsely accused, thrown into prison, forgotten by people he helped, year after year. Nothing makes sense. If Joseph judged God's faithfulness by his circumstances, he would have concluded that God had abandoned him. But God was quietly arranging every event. Years later, Joseph stood before Pharaoh. Eventually he became the leader who saved countless lives from famine. Only then could he look back and understand. Sometimes God explains His plan, sometimes He doesn't. But He is always working. Romans 8:28 says, "And we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good, for those who are called according to His purpose." Notice carefully. It does not say every event is good. Betrayal isn't good. Sickness isn't good. Loss isn't good. Pain isn't good. But God is so powerful that He can weave even painful experiences into His perfect purpose. Only God can turn prisons into palaces. Only God can turn suffering into testimony. Only God can turn brokenness into blessing. Job didn't get an explanation. Think about Job. In one season, he lost nearly everything: his wealth, his children, his health. Even his friends misunderstood him. Job kept asking questions. Why? Why me? What have I done? When God finally spoke, something surprising happened. God never explained every detail. Instead, God revealed Himself. Sometimes God's presence is a greater answer than explanations. When you truly see how great God is, you begin to realize you can trust Him, even when you cannot explain your circumstances. The greatest example is Jesus. On the night before the cross, He prayed with deep sorrow, "Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me." Yet He also prayed, "Not my will, but yours be done. Jesus understood something we often forget. Temporary pain can accomplish eternal purpose. The cross looked like defeat. It became the greatest victory in history. The darkest Friday became Resurrection Sunday. Never judge God's plan by one difficult chapter. God hasn't finished writing your story. God often works in silence. Many people assume that when God is silent, He has left. But silence does not mean absence. A teacher remains silent during an examination, not because the teacher has abandoned the students, but because the students are being tested. Sometimes heaven feels quiet, not because God has forgotten you, but because your faith is growing. Faith grows strongest when feelings grow weakest. Waiting is not wasting. One of the hardest parts of following God is waiting. We want immediate answers, immediate healing, immediate breakthrough, immediate direction. But God's timing is perfect. A farmer doesn't dig up the seed every day to check whether it's growing. He trusts that something is happening beneath the soil. Likewise, God is often working beneath the surface of your life. Just because you cannot see it doesn't mean nothing is happening. What should we do when we don't understand? 1. Keep trusting. Trust God's character even when you cannot trace His hand. God has never stopped being good. His love has not changed because your circumstances have changed. 2. Keep praying. Prayer keeps your heart connected to God. Don't stop praying simply because you haven't received the answer yet. Sometimes God changes the situation. Sometimes He changes you while you wait. 3. Keep obeying. Don't wait until everything makes sense before obeying God. Obedience often comes before understanding. Noah built an ark before the rain came. Abraham left home before he knew the destination. Peter stepped onto the water before seeing the miracle. Faith always moves before sight. 4. Keep thanking God. Gratitude reminds us that God has been faithful before. If He carried you through yesterday, He can carry you through today. If He opened doors before, He can open them again. God is writing a bigger story. Imagine reading only one page of a novel. The hero seems defeated. Everything appears hopeless. If you stop there, you would think the story ends in failure. But the author hasn't finished writing. Your life is one chapter in God's eternal story. Don't quit reading while God is still writing. 2 Corinthians 5:7 says, "For we walk by faith, not by sight." Faith does not mean having every answer. Faith means knowing the one who has every answer. Maybe today you're carrying questions that no one else knows. Maybe you've cried in private. Maybe you've prayed the same prayer for years. Maybe you're wondering if God still sees you. He does. He has not forgotten your name. He has not abandoned your future. He has not lost control. The same God who guided Joseph through the pit, the same God who strengthened Job in suffering, the same God who raised Jesus from the dead, is the same God holding your life today. Even when you don't understand His ways, you can trust His heart, because God's plans are always wiser than ours. His timing is always perfect. His love never fails, and He is faithful to finish the work He has begun. So today, choose faith over fear. Choose trust over worry. Choose God's promises over your doubts. One day you will look back and discover that what seemed like confusion was actually God leading you, protecting you, shaping you, and preparing you for something greater than you could have imagined. Until then, trust Him, even when you don't understand.